Welcome to Chapter 4 of The Hidden Path to Empowerment. This is Maureen here. It's so good to have you back again. Today, we're looking at wisdom and why choosing wisdom is so important, what it is, and how we can access it. You see, when we work with the chakras, we are seeking to tap into and cultivate the wisdom that lies within, particularly evolutionary wisdom, the evolutionary wisdom that's coded within us as human beings and that sits within each of the chakras. There are many dimensions to this. There's the wisdom of our bodies, our instincts, our inner knowing, our insight, our intuition, wisdom from spirit and from lived experience, and the wisdom of receptivity, of creating sacred space. So what is wisdom? The ancient Greeks considered wisdom to be an important virtue. They personified this in the goddesses Metis and Athena. And the Greek word for wisdom is Sophia. And Sophia is the powerful creative force that is known as wisdom in the Old Testament. And she's divine wisdom and power, the secret of the world soul that's manifested in the creative principle. And that is forever hidden. So we need to dig deep and look beyond the obvious to access wisdom. The ancient Romans also valued wisdom, and it was personified in Minerva or Pallas, and her symbol was the owl, which is a symbol for wisdom and being able to see in the darkness. Wisdom is the ability to think and act using knowledge, experience, and understanding, common sense, and insight. It's the weaving together of all these different dimensions. And if we look at a modern definition of wisdom, it still contains these same tenets. It's that weaving together of knowledge and experience, and where it's deliberately used to improve well-being. When we look at these understandings or definitions of wisdom, there are a few things that stand out. There's a relationship between knowledge and experience. Secondly, it's a deeply feminine quality. Notice all the ancient definitions and their relationship to the divine feminine. This doesn't mean, of course, that men can't be wise. We are all a mix of masculine and feminine qualities. What it does tell us, though, is that wisdom is subtle. It's quieter and softer, and there's a receptivity to it because of its feminine qualities. And there's also, in these definitions that we've looked at, this hint of a relationship between wisdom and life. And we can see that in the Sufi definition. So at a deep level, this is telling us that this relationship with wisdom comes about with how and when we engage with life. It's about our willingness to learn from experience and being open to that experience. And I believe also These definitions tell us about a sacredness that's involved with this and how we incorporate that wisdom into our everyday life. It's about deepening our journey into the essence of who we are. And as we fully embody who we are, and as we bring that to life and engage with life, this is how we connect with wisdom and how we become wise. So we have listed here some ways that we connect with wisdom so that we can cultivate more of it. So when it comes to knowledge and wisdom, to fully activate all of who we are, it's necessary to examine self-limiting ideas that denigrate our worth. So this offers us and requires from us discernment, imagination, intuition, and knowledge. And as we distill the truth from life, we experience our own spirit and we cultivate wisdom. When it comes to wisdom and self-love, learning to love and honor ourselves during difficult times, as well as when things are going well, requires us to cultivate wisdom. And this includes taking the time to examine our attitudes. This is how we expand our inner reality and let go of harmful and negative ideas that hold us back. So reflection and transformation is about building a wholesome context to hold our life experiences where we can forgive the past, heal old wounds, and look forward to the future. Healing the mind means reflecting on ourselves, and again, it means transforming self-limiting ideas that we have about who we are and what we deserve. And then internal guidance. When we relinquish our spirit or give away our power to choose, we become objects in a game of a prescribed formula and quick fixes, which ultimately control and limit us. You see, when we refuse to think for ourselves in any situation, we forfeit our right to make up our own minds. So let's put all this together. And how does this relate to the chakras? You see, when we work with the chakras and we revisit all the different dimensions of our being, which are represented by the chakras, we access our own internal guidance. And it's through accessing this guidance that we cultivate the wisdom of our higher mind. And through this process, we create reserves of energy that keep us healthy and safe. So this process of cultivating and accessing our own inner wisdom, rather than looking externally for answers, means that over time we become more and more discerning, helping us to choose the right path and the right people, and in turn create the best possible life for ourselves. So today we've been looking at wisdom and why choosing wisdom is so important, what it is, and how we can access it when we work with the chakras. It's been a pleasure to have your company for these few minutes. Tomorrow we'll be looking at the opportunities and next steps on the hidden path to empowerment. Thank you.